What's up, guys? Shauna D Man here. Before we jump into this week's episode of the Nerd Talk podcast, just want to let you guys know that you are going to hear some echoing throughout the video, primarily because of an update that happened with StreamYards the other day that I didn't notice till afterwards. So unfortunately, there is going to be some little echoing throughout the video. So I do apologize about that, and apologize if there's any other issues that pop up throughout the video. So wanted to let you guys know that. You can also listen to this on Spotify. But guys, hope you enjoyed this week's episode with cosplayer Mads. Y'all have a great one. And what is up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great weekend, depending on when you were watching or listening to this newest episode of the Nerd Talk podcast. We are back with a brand new guest. So before we get into it, I will shift it to our guest and let them introduce themselves, and we will jump into it.
Hey, my name is Maddie. I am a cosplayer. I've been making cosplay for about 10 years. I've been involved in the community, go to a lot of conventions. Yeah, I'm super stoked to be here and kind of chat with you all.
All right. So I guess a good way to get going with this is just give us a little history about yourself. What got you into cosplaying? How long you been doing it? Just the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I started cosplaying when I was in middle school. Um, the first cosplay I ever did was Finn from Adventure Time.
Love
Um,
Adventure Time.
my When I was like, I think it was my 12th birthday, my best friend got us tickets to a super teeny tiny, like, local convention, and we'd been dying to go. Um, and we were like, oh my gosh, like, we have to make our cosplays, like, we have to do it. And the whole time we were walking around and we were like, do you think someone's gonna like our cosplay? We're like 12, we're in like t-shirts. Um, and I remember specifically, like, as we were leaving the convention that day, one person came up to us and was like, I love your guys' cosplay. And we talked about that for like weeks afterwards. And we were like, that person loved us. Um, and I guess just that kind of sparked a love of cosplay for me. The community and like connecting with people and meeting people who have similar interests as you has always been something that really like intrigued me about conventions and cosplaying in general. And now I'm here like 10 to 12 years later, still doing the same thing.
Okay. Nice. Um, so you're a big Adventure Time fan, and so who are your top five favorite Adventure Times character? If you want to throw in Fiona and Cake as well, you can do that. But give us your top five.
Okay. Number one has to be Simon. I think that he has like one of the greatest like character developments throughout like an animated series that I've ever seen, and it's, I don't know, something that's really cool to me. Um I love Jake. He's super funny. I love BMO. Can never go wrong with BMO.
Yeah.
Marceline has always been a favorite of mine as well, just because she's like super cool. And I'm also really excited about the new like
Oh.
Marceline bubblegum spin-off that's coming out.
Mhm.
Super excited about that. What is that? That's number four. And I gotta say, probably number five is, I feel like, either Flame Princess or Huntress Wizard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Um. Oh, and I always loved Marceline. She was always my favorite. Um. Obviously, Finn and Jake. Um. Ice King, I love him. Ice King slash Simon, love him. I actually love Marceline's dad a little bit because I thought some of the episodes that he was in were pretty funny. But oh man, I remember growing up watching Adventure Time and everything. It was just one of my favorite favorite shows. Like I know one of my favorite episodes is Card Wars. That is one of my favorites. Um, it's a special show that like I need to go back and rewatch a lot of it because it's been years since I've watched Adventure Time. But yeah, I thought that they were coming out with a Marceline Bubblegum spinoff. I was really surprised about that, but it's like you know what? I do like those characters, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting.
And um, so 10 years worth of cosplaying. Um, Tell us a little bit of the evolution of your cosplays. You mentioned what you did when you went to your first convention. What was like the next cosplay that you kind of started to craft and do yourself heading into the next convention?
I think from there we started to branch out. It was always me and my best friend, and my best friend's mom that would take us to the cons. um, but from there we started to branch out a little bit and get more creative with our cosplays. Being that I was a very young teenager, didn't have a whole lot of money to like
Mm,
spend on cosplays, so the things that I made were often thrifted or like glued together. Um, so it kind of stayed that way for a couple of years until I got more into like sewing and craft making and started to develop my skills that way. Um, and now I feel like if my younger self could see where I am now as far as like skills in making cosplay, she'd be really proud.
what what was the most challenging part starting out as a brand new cosplayer?
Figuring things out on my own. About 10 years ago, like there was tutorials online and like forums and things like that for making cosplay, but it definitely wasn't as abundant as it is now.
Mm,
Um, but that's really cool for new cosplayers like nowadays is the access that they have to tutorials and how to build things. Um, it wasn't really something that I had much of growing up. So a lot of it was like guess and check as I went and praying that things didn't fall apart when I went outside.
right.
And 75% of the time it did end up falling apart. And that's okay. That's another thing I think new cosplayers should be okay with is that sometimes things just don't work out and that's
Right.
okay. The fun of cosplaying is just going out and showing off the hard work you put into something and being proud of that work you put into something even if it doesn't pan out.
Okay. Okay. Tell us about some of the. Let me see. Hold on. It's a little bit of connectivity issue. Give me 1 second to because you come a little blurry on my end for some reason.
Ooh.
Let me just double check things on my end. While I do that, tell us a little bit um about some of the cons you go to.
Yeah, so I'm based in Southern California, so I end up going to a lot of like SoCal cons. Um, Growing up, it started out at like Long Beach Comic Expo,
Hmm.
um, and Long Beach Comic Con, which was something that I went to every year with my friends. And then I remember the first year I ever went to San Diego Comic Con, it was a huge shock. How large it was. I actually snuck into that convention
Oh,
when I was 15, I think. My friend and I shared a badge and snuck each other in. Um, yeah, that one
okay.
was a fun one. I've been to LA Comic Con. I used to go when it was Stanley's Comikaze, back in like 2015, 2016. Um, and then I go to Anime Expo every year. That's one of my personal favorites. Um, I'm going back to LA Comic Con this year. That's my next convention I'm going to in
Okay.
October. And then in January, I'm trying to do both Anime LA and Anime Impulse. Um, I've also been to KomoriCon in Oregon. I lived in Oregon for a little bit and went to that convention up there in Portland. That was a cute one. That one was pretty fun.
Mm.
And then I also do WonderCon every year. I love WonderCon.
Okay. Okay. Uh, are there any cons like outside of your general area that you have like on a bucket list that you want to go and see at some point?
Oh, I forgot the name of it. It's the one in Sacramento. That's I think it's just what's it called? I don't know, but it's the one in Sacramento. That's a huge anime convention. I think it's coming up.
I have
Um,
no idea. So,
New
uh,
York Comic Con's also on a bucket list of mine,
okay,
as well as Anime New York or New York Anime Expo. That one's also on a bucket list.
okay. What about Dragon Con?
I don't know about Dragon Con.
Have you really never heard of Dragon Con?
No, explain it to me.
Oh, okay. Well, just to put it, Dragon Con is in Atlanta, Georgia. It's every Memorial Day, so not Memorial Day, but Memorial Day weekend. So it is a Thursday through a Monday con, and well, technically Wednesday through Monday con. Um, but yeah, it's one of the biggest ones. I think last year they had about 75,000 people attend
Ooh,
over that span of those days. And yeah, it's a lot of people seem it's one of a lot of people's favorites. I've been twice. As of right now, I am planning on going again this year. But yeah, that is one. It's a big one. So it's probably something. It's always something you should look into. I don't know if you want to spend like 5 days in Atlanta, but it's like spread out amongst uh 4 or 5 different hotels.
yeah.
And then the hotels like they're already booked. Like not even a day after the con is
Hmm.
finished, people already book them for next year. So it goes out relatively quick. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the big ones. I know some people go to MegaCon. Um, there is an anime convention in Atlanta also. I forgot what it was called. I think it's Anime Weekend in Atlanta. I think that's what it's called. There's one there, and then so a few other ones. There's two around me. There's Iron City Comic Con. There's the Huntsville Pop and Culture Expo. But yeah, there's a few guns. I'm surprised you have not heard about it. Dragon Con is usually the more bigger recognized one. I guess not.
I'm surprised I don't know about it either. I'm gonna have to look into it because I mean I think big conventions are super fun, so I definitely would be interested going out there and hanging out for a few days.
Are you when you go to cons, are you like an after party kind of girl also, or you're just like nah?
Sometimes.
Okay, okay.
Sometimes it's fun to go out and party, but also as I've gotten older, my cosplays have gotten a lot more complex, and
Mm.
so I end up getting up really early in the mornings at the conventions, and it's like I'm like, man, I can either stay out late or I can get into the cosplay I spend a lot of time and money on. Um, so it depends. It depends on what I'm cosplaying as.
Okay. What's is there like a funny after party con moment that you've had that you experienced at some point, or has it all just been pretty meh?
I mean, I just went to Anime Expo a couple weeks ago, and I went to an after party at Anime Expo. We went to a yaoi rave,
Oh
which
wow.
was it was super fun. I went with all my friends, um, but probably wouldn't be doing that anytime again
Ah,
soon.
now when you get
Uh,
wild?
I got wild, and I ended up falling asleep with my head in a trash can. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds quite like the experience.
Wasn't one of my proudest moments, and I don't do it often, but
You gotta live at least once, so you know. And listen, waking up in the trash can, that's quite a way to live right there for sure.
mhm, mhm.
So I know Dragon Con. I can't remember how they do their after parties. I know there's one usually either on Fridays or Saturdays, or they do one almost every night. I'm not entirely sure. Um, I was telling some people the other day, and probably who listen to the podcast have heard me tell them before because it's always just so interesting to me. But like, I had a cosplayer friend tell me that one year they went. It's actually probably like maybe 2 or 3 years ago when they went, and there was actually people who hired strippers for their uh their hotel room. I was like, you know what? That is fascinating. You
Conventions
know.
get crazy.
So I've heard. I've heard. I think I've heard about like the VTubing conventions can get like really wild too, apparently. And so I was like, oh, that's okay. That's interesting. Very interesting. But I haven't attended one primarily because it is about a 2 hour drive for me from where I live to Atlanta for when I go to Dragon Con. And so usually I'm just kind of like, do I want to stay or do no one have to drive to 2 hours? I think it's from um 10 to 1.
Hmm.
And so then that's me driving 2 hours back, getting home like not mid morning, but like just early morning. I don't know. It's on my bucket list. I do need to go to one because I really want to check this out. So I may go this year. Um, I just want to see how wild these things get. I hear all the stories, and so I'm like, I'm curious now. I need to see this.
Yeah,
And
totally.
so
I mean, you got to experience it at least once.
yeah, it's true. It is true. Um, when you go to cons, what cosplay are you most recognized as? Like you may be wearing like something different, but most people recognize you as what cosplay?
I mean, honestly, the last couple conventions I've gone to, I've been wearing new cosplays every
Okay.
time. I've been working hard on making new ones every time. Um, I've worn my Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners a couple times. Even though that one's kind of retired at the moment, I have to re-up it. It's just started to fall apart over the last 2 years.
uh,
Um, but that's definitely one I want to bring back. I think I'm going to do that for LA Comic Con this year too, with the second season that just got announced. Um, Other than that, I mean, I did a Sakura Hatsune Miku a couple years back at Anime Expo, and I made this like crazy helmet wig for it, which took me forever to make. Um, that one, I got a lot of people like noticing me on that one, which was really cool.
okay. Okay. All right. So how big of an anime nerd are you?
I wouldn't say I'm the hugest nerd. I love
Okay.
anime, but
Okay.
I do I know my stuff, but I definitely know there are people that are way above me in knowledge and are way more in depth.
All right. Okay. Do you have okay? What are some 'cause I'll see TikToks about this. I'm always interested. So what are some anime hot takes that you might have that others might disagree with?
Ooh, I gotta think. Hold up, hold up. Mm, I still have a small glimmer of hope we're gonna get another season of Orin High School Host Club.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
It's dead, but I'd like to believe in my heart.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Um, I'm trying to think of if there's any anime. Okay. What about all right, I always can never pronounce the name right for some reason, but what's your was it Freerin? I can
Oh,
never
free
pronounce
rent?
the yes. Do you have a Freerin hot take? I can never pronounce the name
Ooh,
correctly.
that's a good one. Free rent is such a good show. I don't know if I have a hot take on it, honestly.
Oh,
I think it's
oh,
it's
okay.
I think it's genuinely so well done. Um I like cry every other episode when I watch it. um I like the take of Frieren being associated with like being on the spectrum, with how she
Hmm.
processes feelings, like as someone that lives like a long time and like how she takes a long time to process things. I've seen people kind of compare that, and I think it's a really interesting comparison, um, and kind of can give insight on how people, um, what's the word, process emotions, especially after like traumatic events.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Trying to think of another anime that is. What about is it Demon Slayer? Do you have a hot take for Demon Slayer?
I don't like Demon Slayer.
Okay,
That's
I
my
haven't
hot
watched this.
take.
Okay, so are you like kind of picky with your animes, or like a specific genre of anime that you like?
I'm not necessarily picky. I'll watch pretty much like a little bit of everything from genres. My reasoning on Demon Slayer is I actually am kind of picky with animation is more so my thing.
Oh,
And while a lot of people
interesting.
praise Demon Slayer for good animation, I don't like 3D animation. And so some of their effects use like 3D effects, and a lot of animes now have started doing that. That's not like a just Demon Slayer thing. Um, but that's something that's kind of turned me off from continuing to watch it, even though I should. I know it's supposed to be a really good storyline, and I will eventually finish watching it at one point. But that's kind of why I haven't continued on watching it.
Okay. Um, Attack on Titan.
I love Attack on Titan. I have a Levi tattoo.
Oh, okay. I remember watching it growing up. Like this was like to basically talk about how old I am. I was watching it when it first appeared on Adult Swim
Hmm.
on the Cartoon Network. That's when I first came across it. And I never actually like finished the series. I did watch a good bit up to a certain point. But then I saw like how the animation changed with the characters and everything, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no, when I think it was when Mappa took over on the fourth season and the animation style totally changed. It like a part of it they were like, "Oh no, they're just 5 years older now. Like
No,
they just
no,
look like that now." And I'm like, "No, no, it just
no.
yeah."
Come on now. What are we
And
doing?
like I'm glad Mappa took it over because Wit Studio probably wouldn't have finished the
Mm.
series. So like at least with
Uh,
Mappa taking over, they were able to finish the series. Um but I feel like season 4 of Attack on Titan really jarred a lot of people, not only with the change of like studio, but also with like the huge time jump and progression of storyline. I know a
mhm.
lot of people say that they kind of finish Attack on Titan in the third season, and like that's
Okay.
like their ending is the end of the third season. Um, I personally think the
Interesting.
whole storyline fits well together. I think that the time jump is needed. I think it just adds to the complexity of the show.
Interesting. What is another interesting anime? Um, what about what's it called? Death Note.
Oh yeah, I love Death Note. That was one
Okay.
that I watched in my earlier years, one of like the earlier animes that I watched. I think that's just such a classic and it's an easy one to get into when you're first starting to watch anime. Um, I think about the potato chip scene a lot. Do you know what I'm talking about?
To be quite honest, I know I watched a little bit. Now I did actually watch the Netflix live adaptation of that series.
Mhm.
Like I was just like, oh, this isn't really good, but hey, it's got William Dafoe, and I do love William Dafoe.
Yeah,
I would always watch something that has him in it. So
totally. I've never seen the live action one. I tend to not watch live
really,
action anime adaptations.
listen, it it can't be as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
so There's just some things that just can't, like, anything, everything is better than Dragon Ball Evolution and then M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender.
That one
Like,
is so bad.
it is. It's just,
I recently was going through Netflix and I forgot that during like COVID that they had released like a live action Avatar series. I totally
oh yeah.
forgot that they had done that. And then I was going through Netflix the other day and I saw that they added another season.
Oh yeah. Season 2 just came out a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people, I think, if I don't know how true it is, I have to look into it, but the it lost 57% of its viewers from season 1 to season 2.
I
And
believe it.
so yeah, and so it's just, there's a lot of stuff, and there are things that are like rightfully can be criticized by the fans, and then obviously there's stuff that's like, okay, maybe you're a little bit overblown with it, but there are fairly critiques of it. Like, a lot of people like the first season, even though they did skip a lot of stuff. Like, for instance, in season 2, they essentially they don't skip like the whole Appa being kidnapped and everything situation. So, like, in I think it's maybe book 3, when they have to do the Serpent Pass on their way to Ba Sing Se, they they can't fly because because Appa was kidnapped, and so Appa's been missing for several episodes, so they have to basically walk and do all this other stuff. Well, from what I saw in the live action adaptation, that whole sequence isn't there anymore. Appa doesn't get kidnapped. They still got to go through the Serpent Pass, but they're all walking when they could just ride Appa across. And it's just, there's just a lot of stuff about it. They're just kind of, they're creative decisions that fans aren't really liking. So, and the issue with live action adaptation when you do something like Avatar is the age gap, because
Totally.
it's, if some, especially way TV now, well, TV is nowadays, especially how long they take with these seasons, these characters like drastically grow. I wonder if I can find an image of. Mm, all right, let me see. Let me see. All right, so where are you at? Because a good example would be the character that plays Aang. See if I can find him. Okay, I guess this is probably a pretty decent picture. Let me share this instead. We move. So, like, this is from season 1,
Hmm.
okay? And then season 2.
Yeah.
So there's
Hmm.
it's a drastically big difference. And so that's just one of the things people talk about. It's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, and
So
it's hard when actors age because I mean the entire course of the original story takes it's like a year, isn't it?
yeah,
I think
basically about a
yeah.
year. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I think, yeah, it's just let me see. When did the season 1 come out? Because I think season 1 came out. Boo, 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 boo. Well, actually, 2024. So a little over 2 years ago is when season 1 came out, and then season 2 came out last month. So it's
Hmm.
crazy, like a 2 yearish gap, and your main actor playing Aang just grew like crazy. And so it's gonna be interesting to see for something like how the HBO Harry Potter series is going to be handling that as well.
Yeah.
Because they plan on doing all 7 books. Like, I think 10 seasons is what they're planning on. And so it's gonna be interesting to see on how that plays out. But yeah, that is something. I had not watched anime for a while. Something we started doing on here on the channel is like um rewatching some anime. Well, not rewatching, but like watching brand new anime. So I've been gorging myself on Crunchyroll with all this new anime. A lot of it I like. A lot of it I had to like wash my eyes after watching it because I was unprepared for a lot of it. But generally, I enjoyed all of it. I think I watched World's Finest Assassin. That
I
is,
haven't seen that
oh
one.
man, that is good. I love that one. Um, and then talking about the style of animation. So there's High School DxD. Um, the first three seasons, I loved the animation. It was a very much dark tone and everything like that. And then they changed it to a much more brighter tone and coloring. And I just didn't really um like it. It was like really weird. I wonder if I can find just a decent picture. Yeah, here we go. This is probably best way to look at it. Go to this. So the top here is seasons 1, 2, and 3, and then the bottom is season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just felt like it was just very jarring because I just felt like the first three seasons there was a lot more detail to the characters and to the facials and everything like that, and then season 4 is just kind of like, oh, you kind of ruined it. You kind of took it away. I don't know why you did that, but
Yeah, it's
so
always super jarring when studios change the animation like
yeah,
halfway
so
through the series.
so it's just like it was just wild. But let's see. I don't think. But yeah, but overall, yeah, anime. Like I started to get back into it. I've done at least 4 or 5 anime reviews over the past couple of weeks. We did Goblin Slayer, um, High School DxD, Absolute Duo. Love it. Some of the animation I've been watching with these are amazing. Um, Keijo, which I did a short little. Oh, you probably know what I'm talking about. Uh,
Yeah, I know. I know.
okay, yeah, because literally, I had the other week on TikTok, I posted a just a little short me just a little thing about me talking about the anime and the show and everything like that. It had like over 4,000 views, and I was just like, the heck. And yeah, Keijo was interesting.
It is
Although I did
interesting.
like the yeah, I did. The show was pretty. Some of these shows, it's been so interesting to watch how like the plot and the story is actually really good for a lot of these shows. Like High School DxD, I think it's like rated like 18 above for like nudity, that kind of stuff. But like if you kind of like just put that aside and just watch the show, the story, the characters. I was like, oh man, this is actually really good. I'm actually invested in these characters because they all have their own individual arcs throughout the series, and it's just really, really good. Um, so Keijo, what's another one I've watched? Testament of what was it? Testament of New Devil Sister is what I watched, and I was very much unprepared for everything in that show. Um, Monster Girl Doctor, I really love that one. Beautiful animation, very colorful. Um, see, there's 100, and then there's one more that I can't think of. Oh no, I'm finishing up one more this week. It was let me see if I can find it. I was watching Where'd it go? Um, what is this? The Ice Blade Sorcerer. So that's interesting. And yeah, this journey it's been interesting doing this because I didn't realize how old a lot of these animes that I've been watching are. Like with probably with the exception of World's Finest Assassin, a lot of these animes are like well over 10 years old. And I was like, "Oh man, it's crazy how good animation was 10 years ago." So yeah, it's been a crazy journey.
Totally. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be talking about like not just animes, but like shows in general. Like I think I was just talking to my friend about Vinland Saga, and I was like, "It's not that old." And like, I think the original like first season came out in 2019, and I was like, "2019's not that long ago," and
Right.
it's 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, maybe it is a little old now. I don't know."
Because usually I tell people like I grew up watching when it came to anime. I grew up watching like Yu Yu Hakusho, um, Naruto, Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, just like back when Toonami was doing their animation and stuff like that. Even One Piece and Attack on Titan when they first started showing on there, I was essentially there for the start of those shows, and it's crazy just looking back on it because we used to have at our local library. Um, they did every Monday. They had a teen zone or teen night where a lot of the people I went to high school with they would go hang out at the library for like 2 hours, and a lot of them were either playing Yu-Gi-Oh, reading manga, and just hanging out. It's like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this. So fun times, fun times. Um, yeah. So tell us about what's been your most hardest cosplay that you have tried to like create up to this point.
It's probably my Reze cosplay I just made for Anime Expo. That one I made the giant bomb head for and like the
Oh,
dynamite
okay.
apron. Um that was a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of late nights. I mean all of those cosplays I worked really hard for this last convention. I work 6 days a week and I typically get
Oh,
home around like 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
oh wow.
Um, and so for the last like 6 months, I would just come home, get straight to working on cosplay for like an hour or two, and then go to bed, get up, go to work, and repeat the cycle over and over again. And I think it paid off. I think all my cosplays over this last convention showed the work that I put into them, and I'm very proud of them. But that Reze helmet I made was quite the task. Yeah.
How long have you been working on it?
I think I started working on it March.
Okay.
Yeah, around March. I started working on all of my Anime Expo cosplays in January. Um, because I was also helping a lot of my friends with theirs as well and making all of their wigs, which
Oh, okay.
was very time consuming as well.
Are you good? I know some people aren't very good at styling wigs. Are you?
I would say I'm like pretty okay. I started to really like lock in on wig making maybe about like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago at this point. Um, and it's something I personally really like. I feel like a lot of people hate wig styling because it's really tedious and time
Hmm.
consuming, but I kind of like I get into like a meditative state, like I reach flow state and I just start getting into it as I'm like crimping all the hair and steaming it. Um, and it's kind of fun because I'm like sculpting hair like 3D. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so my friends call me like my group's wig master because I they'll either like pay me to make them a wig or they'll be like if I'll make you if I or if you make me a wig like I'll buy you stuff at the convention and I'll be like okay, I'm sold.
Oh.
um twist my arm. But honestly it's just because it's something I enjoy.
Okay.
So
Okay. Um, so let's say you were trapped on the on an island, okay, and you can only keep one cosplay for the rest of your life. Which cosplay are you keeping?
Freerin. That
Okay.
one, I'm proud of the wig that I made. It's also really comfy. And I feel like
Okay.
it looks pretty good, but it's also very comfortable, and it was probably my comfiest cosplay I've worn in a while. And so I like that aspect of it.
Okay. Fair. Fair. Have you been in any cosplay competitions?
I have not.
Oh,
I
okay.
go back and forth with myself every year. I feel like it's imposter syndrome where I'm like, no, I'm not that good. Like I can't do that. Um, but I've always wanted to, and I've actually been thinking about entering one maybe next year. I'm starting a build book on an Askeladd from Vinland Saga that I'm making.
Okay.
I'm making like a genderbed Askeladd, and I kind of want to. I'm going to be making all the armor and like everything from scratch. So as I've been thinking about entering in a competition, I was like, that might be a good one for me to like make a build book and enter it. So potentially.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm honestly surprised, and I think you do great. I think you do great. You should
Thank
definitely.
you.
You should definitely do that. Nothing wrong with putting yourself out there on that kind of stage.
I
So
definitely will at some point. It's something, again, it's something that I've thought about for a long time. It's something that my friends and I have thought about for a long time and kind of been like, if you do it, I'll do it. Um, so
there you go.
hopefully that's something I get to in the next year.
Do you do group cosplays with your friends?
Oh yeah, we love doing group
Okay.
cosplays. Um, it's like going to conventions is also so fun to me because as I've gotten older, all my friends have moved away. And so
Oh,
everyone will fly in and drive down to come to conventions. And so we always like to try to plan some sort of group cosplay, at least for one of the days, to kind of commemorate all of us being in the same spot.
okay. What has been your favorite group cosplay that y'all have done?
We just did Attack on Titan recently, which was super fun. I think I liked that one so much because we had some really silly ones. We made one of my friends half-eaten Marco, and I woke up at like 5 in the morning to put on SFX makeup to look
Oh
like half of their
gosh.
face was eaten off. And then we also had the Colossal Titan,
Oh
which was
my
really funny.
goodness.
We were originally planning to make my friend the Wall Titan and like
Mm.
just wear a Titan morph suit with just a box on his head with a hole cut out. Um, but it just turned into the Colossal Titan. But that one was really silly. All of us running around pretending to be scouts. So
Oh, that's great. Sounds like a blast.
yeah, no, it's a great time.
How early do y'all plan for something like that? Is it like a year in advance or just depends?
Sometimes, yeah, it depends. There's been times where it's been like a year in advance. Sometimes it's like 6 months in advance. Sometimes we plan for something a year in advance, and then 2 months later we're like, no, why would we do that? So it depends. Sometimes it's a last minute thing too.
Okay.
It just depends on the group's vibe.
What are um what are some future cosplays that you have in mind that you want to do that you haven't had a chance to start just yet?
I was just talking about the Askeladd I've been wanting
Hmm.
to make. Um, I was Asuka from Evangelion recently, and my friends and I want to like re-up our Rey and Asuka
Okay.
cosplays and make like the armor and stuff. So that's also next on the list. We're planning on doing that for WonderCon. I'm trying to think what else has been on the list. I really, again, we just finished Anime Expo, so I've been like locked in on that. uh, my brain hasn't had power to focus on anything else, and now that it's over, I like come home and I'm like, I have nothing to do. I can like go to bed.
Oh.
um, but yeah, no, I think Askeladd and then re-upping my Oscar is what's next. Oh, and re-upping my Lucy as well.
Okay, interesting. When you're not cosplaying, what is typically your day look like? I know you mentioned you work a good bit at the time, but what is your when you have the free time? What is that like, and what do you typically do?
Well, okay, I'm a tattoo apprentice, so I spend a lot of my
Oh,
time, that's where a lot of my days go, is hanging out in a tattoo shop, which is fun, but tiring.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I guess if I'm not at work and I'm not working on cosplay, I read a lot of fan fiction.
Really
I I stay the same as I have been since I was 13. I'm true to my roots. Um, I
interesting.
really I love drinking tea. I drink tea like every day. I love going tea shopping. Um,
Oh,
so I always like trying to find new tea and trying that. Um, I play a lot of Overwatch with my friends.
oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it's it's really not my choice that we're
Oh,
playing it.
okay.
It's
Okay.
the group's decision, and I'm just there. Um, I draw a lot. Again, I'm a tattoo apprentice, so if I'm not at the shop, I'm at home kind of making designs a lot too. Yeah, honestly,
There.
I spend my days doing a lot of creative things, which is great. Um, yeah.
Okay. Okay. There is. So I'm trying to see if I can find it. A couple years ago, I went to Colorado. I went to Breckenridge, Colorado, and I'm trying to find. Then they actually had a tea shop there where they had like just walls full of different tea flavors. I think there's like a peppermint tea that you can get. Obviously, like chamomile, like your traditional type of teas. But it was like the actual like teas themselves that you can brew at home and make yourself. And if you ever go to Colorado and ever go to that particular area, you should definitely check it out. I think it's um I thought it was really really cool. Um, it got mistaken for weed on my way home, but it
Oh
was still
no.
pretty. Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, they kept
Yeah.
my backpack because they found it. They were like, "Hey, is this weed?" I was like, "No," which was annoying because my best friend and his wife they were able to like sneak edible chocolate through without any problems. And then I was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, okay." So I'm the one that gets caught not caught somehow, but you two just walk away scot free. I see how it is.
I got
So,
searched by TSA once.
oh really?
I was running late for my plane. This is when I lived in Oregon and I was flying down to Southern
Hmm.
California for an convention. And I was being Diva from Overwatch, and I had
Mm.
made a pistol. um, and I looked it up online, and I was like, okay, I can bring it through checked baggage, and it would be fine. So I put it in, and again, it's a Nerf gun. It has like an orange tip on it. It looks
Right, right.
fake. It's hot pink. And so I put it in my checked baggage, and I'm like, okay, cool. I get to the airport. I'm running late. Checked bagging had stopped. And so I'm talking to the employees there, and they're like, oh, like your checked baggage stopped 5 minutes ago. You just go through TSA. Your plane is leaving. Go through TSA right now. And just take the checked bag with you, and they'll take care of it when you get on the plane. But they were like, you need to run. And I'm like, okay. um, and the airport I was flying out of was super tiny. It's one terminal, like
Mm.
it super easy. It takes me like 10 minutes to get from the entrance to the plane. Um, but so I'm running through and I have the checked baggage with my gun shaped item in it. Um,
Gosh.
going through and they're like, what's in your bag? And I'm like, oh God, no, it's a Nerf gun, I swear. And they're like, and so they open up the bag and they're like, are you stupid? And I'm like, I swear, like it was meant to be a checked baggage. I didn't mean to bring it through TSA. Like I'm running late and they're like, get to your plane. And I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. I run to the plane. There's nobody left in the terminal. Everyone's on the plane. I get up to the plane and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, can I still get on? And they're like, yeah, we were waiting for you. And I was like, oh my God. um, and so they take my baggage and I'm like, thank you so much. And the guy's like, mm-hmm. Um, my face is red. I'm embarrassed. I can't believe I was like that person.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I finally get to my seat. I delayed the plane by 5 minutes. They waited for me. Like, thank God. And thank God it's a tiny airport. If this was somewhere else, like, they would not have waited for
Right.
me. I was in a teeny
Right.
tiny little airport. Um, but I sit next to this lady. I get to my seat and she goes, we were wondering where you were.
Oh my gosh.
It was really bad. I don't think I've ever been that embarrassed.
Oh my god. Were people looking at you too? Like just
Yes. Yes, because
oh my
everyone was
gosh.
seated and buckled in on the plane.
That is insane. How long was
Yeah.
the flight?
About 2 hours.
Ooh.
So I had my headphones. I just put my headphones on and just didn't look around and just
You
got
could
to
probably
where I
feel their
was.
stares though.
Yeah,
So
totally, totally.
that's- oh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Why were you running late?
I can't remember. I think it was just poor time management, honestly. It wasn't even an emergency. I was just being an idiot.
Honestly, not knowing why you were late makes the story even better. So
Yeah, all I knew is I was running late, and in my head, I'm like, well, it's so easy to get through the terminal. Like, takes me 5 minutes. Um, I just wasn't accounting for the gun in my bag.
crazy. That is insane. Actually, I like that story. That was great.
Thank you.
So, all right. So we're gonna get ready to talk about some cosplays. Let me go over here. Let's see. What am I looking for? Looking for this because I need to bring this back over here. Then I'm gonna do. Yeah, I guess it's fine. We can do this. All right. So I guess since this is here, we can start with this first cosplay. You can
Yeah,
just tell
no,
us a little bit about it.
it's one of my most recent ones. I am so happy with how this photo turned out. My photographer, Julian, shout out Julian, uh, we're mutuals through going to conventions together. And he was like, I have this idea. He was like, I feel like I can get you floating. And he's like, you just have to trust me. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like jumping up and down. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I see your vision. Um, and then he shows me this shot. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's great. Okay. Um, and yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a great shot. I'm super proud of it. I'm proud of the cosplay itself and to get such a cool photo to go with it. Um, yeah, no, I think I'm very proud of it.
Okay. Okay. My friend Sunflower also liked it too.
Oh,
So, let's see what else we got. Like I like this one too. This one looks great. Wait, go back.
thank you,
Back.
thank you.
So, do you usually keep the same photographer, or are there like multiple photographers that you use?
Um, Julie and we've been mutuals for a while, but we just recently started shooting together. But we have plans to shoot together in future conventions.
Okay.
In the past, it's kind of just been like as I've been walking through the conventions, I'll have photographers being like, "How can I take pictures of you? Here's my card. You can look at them later."
Mm,
Um, I've always wanted to invest in my own camera, to take like my own photos. It's just not something I'm financially able to do
right. Right.
at this moment, but it is something that I'm interested in doing in the future. Um, yeah, in the past, it's been different photographers every time, or like my friends on our iPhones.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so here's this one you were talking about earlier, Bomb
Mhm.
Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that looks. How do you see out of that?
There is a mesh piece in the front. There's a
Oh,
like
okay.
plastic mesh piece in the front. It's not easy to see out of. I could not see at all. And this cosplay, honestly, the day that I wore this was the day after that yaoi rave I was telling you about. And so
Oh, okay.
I was hungover in 90-degree weather with a
Oh
giant
no.
bomb on my head, not being able to see, trying to walk through the crowd to get to this photo shoot. It was like my own personal hell.
Were you like sweating and with that on your head? It's like, oh
Yes.
gosh,
And I had this
that is
wig on
insane.
underneath because we were planning on taking pictures without the bomb head on as well, which I
Mhm.
also have on my Instagram. But I was sweating underneath and I took off the head so we can take other pictures. And we were like, we can edit it out in post. It's all good.
Oh no. Yeah, I think oh wait, is this kind of let me see if
Out of desperation. The method I'm using is what's commonly known as pure and utter desperation.
was this that's it? Okay, okay. I think I saw that too. Oh, is this right here?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, these turned out great.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I was not having the time of my life, but I think the photos turned out fantastic. So, again, shout out to my photographer. But
That's insane. Oh, what's this tattoo you have here?
that is an anatomical heart with little pins in it. No meaning.
Have
I
you
just
all
thought it was cool.
have you always been into like tattoos?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I've been getting tattooed since I turned 18. Um,
okay.
and I've wanted to be a tattoo artist for since I was in high school, and then I went to college, and I couldn't really do an apprenticeship with college, and now
Right.
I'm not in college anymore, and I'm like, well, I can do what I actually want to do now.
There you
Life's
go.
too short not to pursue what I really want to do, and so I've found myself in a really good shop, and I really enjoy it. Um, and yeah, I'm starting to tattoo, which is super sick and like such a full circle moment for me.
Is your ultimate goal to like open your own tattoo shop?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I think the way I operate is I feel like I like to take on so many different creative tasks, whether it's like cosplay or tattooing or like art commissions in general, that I feel like the idea of like owning a tattoo shop would mean I would have to shut out other creative parts of my life and
That's
only
true.
focus on tattooing.
That's
Um,
fair.
so I'm happy just being a tattoo artist and still being able to make my silly little outfits and have time to go do my silly little
Okay.
activities.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Here we go.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, she was kind of cool in the show.
I loved Hanji.
A lot
I
of people
cried when
did. A
she
lot of
died.
people seemed like that was like their favorite.
I cried when she died. It was yeah. But like what a cool death scene, I gotta say. Oh, there's my friend is the half-eaten Marco I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's it actually does look really good. That's pretty cool. How long was the how long did it take to do that?
Like an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad.
Not too bad. Let's see. Ooh. Are you a Five Nights at Freddy type of person?
Yes.
Did you like the
Yeah.
did you like the movies?
I liked the second one better than the first one.
Really?
Um Honestly, the movies weren't as disappointing as I was expecting them to be. I've been a Five Nights at Freddy's fan since it came out like 2014. Um and so when the original movie got announced, a couple years back, I was like, "Oh
Hmm.
no, like same thing, like live action adaptation of something, like let's see how this goes. It's a video game adaptation too." And I didn't have high hopes for it. and I was very pleasantly surprised with how it turned out. I think that they are doing like a pretty okay job with the movies. There's definitely a couple things that I think they could do better, but
Oh,
overall,
really?
I'm pretty happy with the direction they've gone with it, and I'm super excited for the third movie.
Um. Okay. So the first thing is like there like, from a video game to movie adaptation kind of situation. They've actually been relatively good.
Hmm.
I mean, if you look at, and I guess really the one that kind of kicked it off was Sonic, the Sonic movies. Because
Hmm.
that one's going on its fourth movie now,
Hmm.
and because you had Ugly Sonic in the first trailer, and then
I was
yeah,
just about to say.
yeah, and so it caused people to uproar, rightfully so. But guess what? They went back and they changed it. You have people who are coming to your movie. Uh, I'm not really a Minecraft person, but Minecraft
Yeah, that one was pretty okay
that
too.
yeah, and so I had never played Five Nights at Freddy's. I do know a lot of people who love it, and so when I watched the first movie off of Peacock, I was like, oh, this is actually really good. I actually kind of like this, and
Mhm.
then I actually went to the theater and watched it with like a room full of people, and a lot of them were Five Nights at Freddy fans, and so I was like, oh, this is interesting. So, what do you think they could do better?
I'm hoping in the third one, I mean, the way they've been doing it, I mean, it's going to be the third, based on the third game, I'm assuming, which I'm curious to see how they would do that because the third game takes place in the future. Um, so I'm curious to see how they're going to adapt that and how they're going to basically what they're going to do with Springtrap and
Okay.
how they're going to use him as a character. Um, because that's what I've been kind of thinking about as the movies have come out is the timeline and like how they're making the timeline compared to the timeline of the games because I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm curious. Some of the things they did with the movies like with Abby and like her connection to the animatronics that was something I was like, "Oh, like interesting. They did that, but like it works."
Mhm.
Um so I'm curious to see how they continue moving forward with it.
Okay. Okay.
I also love Matthew
Let's.
Lillard, so I hope to see
I
more
do
Matthew
love.
Lillard.
I was very much. I went and saw Scream 7,
Hmm.
I think it was recently, and I was. I did not like it as much as the others, but I was also kind of annoyed because of. Have you seen Scream 7?
I haven't. I've only seen the original Scream.
Okay, because Matthew Leonard's in it, but not the way you think, and it kind of like pissed me off. I wish they would have like what they did with him. I guess is fine, but there's been like years of this like rumors of, what if Steve isn't dead or anything like that when it comes to the Scream franchise,
Hmm.
and we get an opportunity to like explore that here, and they don't. And it's just I was disappointed. So yeah, I love Matthew Leonard. He's great. He is great. All right, what we got here?
I was a bunny 02. I just I've never really worn bunny suits, and so a
Really?
couple years ago I was like, "Oh, like I'm an adult. That'd be something fun to do and go to a convention as." And honestly, it was great because it was 90 degrees. And so
There you
I was
go.
like, "Ooh, this is nice and cool. Like I don't got to be worried about like sweating through all of this." So I was like, "This is kind of the move."
How many tattoos do you have?
More than what's shown in that photo now.
Oh, okay.
I have, ooh, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Oh,
8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, I think.
So yeah, okay, that's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right then. All right then. How do you feel about neck tattoos?
I don't think that they're for everyone.
Okay.
I personally don't think I would be getting neck tattoos, but I like the way they look on people, and I think it just depends on how you do it. And if you go to a good artist, I've seen some pretty atrocious neck tattoos.
Oh,
It's a hard area to tattoo.
yeah.
Um, yeah, one of the artists at my work, he has like roses right here and like a sparrow with arrows right here. It looks pretty sick.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I personally don't think I'd be getting neck tattoos in the future, but I think they look cool.
What's the what's the most I'm trying to think how I don't know where it is. What's the most like sensitive part of your body to do a tattoo on?
It varies person to person. I feel like this question gets asked a lot at my work, and people are like,
Oh,
"What?
okay.
Where does it hurt the most?" And I'm
Oh yeah,
like,
okay.
it depends. Everybody's different. For me personally, I've always kind of found that like the meatier parts of my body hurt less than like closer to the bone,
Mm.
which I feel like is a very common saying, is that like the closer to the bone you are, like the more it hurts.
Oh, okay.
But as I've started working in a tattoo shop, I've heard the opposite, and some people say that the meatier parts hurt more than the bone.
Hmm.
So I feel like the knee pit, the back of your knee, is always kind of a rough spot. Um, Anything on your hands, palms of the hands are horrible. They're horrible for healing too, just because like
Mm.
gotta move your hands. That's always a rough one to watch people get tattooed.
Oh wow.
The inner part of your arm right here is pretty sensitive too.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it really varies person to person. I feel like it also depends on your nerves. People that go into it more nervous tend to have a harder time throughout the session,
Mm.
um, even if they have like, even if it doesn't hurt that much. It's just if when you work yourself up, um, it tends to not go well.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Um. Okay. Here we go with this one.
Mhm. Yeah, that's an older one. That's I did that 2 years ago. She needs a refresh. I want to redo her wig. That's like when I first started like getting into wig styling and like looking at it now, I'm like,
Uh.
I could do so much better. And I want to make like that side piece, her like shaved side. I'm like, I know
Mm.
I can make a nice false glued hairline and make that look real nice. Um, but that's just the evolution of cosplaying is watching your
Yeah.
work slowly get better.
Agreed. I like the black fire.
Thank you, thank you. That one was a fun one. Um, Also surprisingly comfortable. I was just wearing like a morph suit with like a skirt and crop top all day. It was great.
What do you so when you go to cons, what like cause I always like watching the little TikToks because it'll be like people, hey, we're going to so and so con. How much money are you planning on spending? And they're like, oh, $100, and then it's like they didn't spend they spent more than $100. Are you kind of like that? Do you usually go in with like, okay, this is my budget. This is kind of what I want to buy, but it doesn't go as planned.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like my weakness. I I don't make a whole lot of money, but I do have like a separate savings for
Okay.
conventions. Um
Oh.
so it gets bad sometimes. It depends on the convention too. I mean, at smaller conventions, I don't end up spending as much money, but when you go to like larger conventions and I'm
Oh yeah.
like, it's like Christmas, I feel like I need to go everywhere and buy everything, and it's bad.
Oh my god. That's great. What's the most you spent on something?
Hmm. Trying to think. I came this close to spending $500 on the Levi fighting the Beast Titan figurine.
Oh wow.
And I was like, no, 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 I gotta hold off, I gotta hold off. But I ended up spending probably close to $700 on multiple figurines. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, $500 for like one figurine or $700 for multiple figurines. Okay,
Hmm.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you regret that decision?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't. Okay, wait. I do still really want the Levi Beast Titan figurine really bad, but in my head, I'm like, okay, like I'm entering in my career. When my career money starts to flow, I'll treat myself to that figurine.
All right, there you go.
Hmm.
There you go. Another bunny suit?
Oh wait, that was the first year I wore a bunny suit. The other one
Oh,
was the
okay.
second year. Sorry, this was the year that I was like, wait, it's not hot. Like I can walk around and I'm not sweating. Um, yeah, so that one was super last minute. I wasn't planning on wearing a bunny suit to the convention, but my friends and I decided to go to a butler cafe. Anime Expo used to
Ooh.
do butler cafes, which are super fun, and they really need to bring it back.
Oh, interesting.
But it was like they had like the normal butler cafe, and then they had like an 18 plus butler cafe, which isn't like what you think.
Okay.
It
All
was
right.
basically just like shirtless butlers
Okay.
and they
All
would
right.
hang out with you and like that was it. But it was like really funny and it's like you're sat at a table
Mhm.
and it's fun with like a group of friends because you play games. And so like you play a bunch of games and it's just kind of silly that you got like a shirtless butler with you. Uh,
Okay.
but we were talking about it and we were like, how do we get ready for the butler cafe? And then I was like, I should buy a buddy suit that's gonna go great with the butler cafe. Um, So that's how that came to be, and I went to a rave store in downtown LA to find it.
Okay. You ever gonna bust out any more bunny suits?
Maybe, potentially. I don't know. It depends.
Okay. That's like so interesting. I went so we was it June? No, it was May, I think. I think it was May. So I went to Iron City Comic Con and near where I lived and there was like people passing out information because apparently we have a I didn't even notice, but apparently we have a waifu con coming up
There's
and
one in Southern California, I'm pretty sure.
really
Yeah.
let's see.
I feel like I saw something about it. I could be thinking about the same one, but I thought there was one in California too.
And so I was just like, oh wait, this looks interesting. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see. God, I was like, I didn't know we had this thing. Oh, it's bright. Ugh. Uh, boop, boop. Oh wait, let me shrink that a little bit. There we go. Yeah, and so it looks pretty cool. It's like October 23rd through the 25th. Um, so yeah, it is something I am probably going to check out because I'm very curious to see what this is about. Um, it's 3 days apparently. Uh, they'll do like a like after hours kind of. I guess like 18 plus that kind of thing. Ooh, a VP. Ooh, a mixer.
Hmm.
Okay, interesting. And so, because I was really surprised. I was like, I didn't know we had this kind of thing. So I was like, this is interesting. Because a friend of mine, she did something like this. I'm trying to remember where it was. Let me see if I can find her account real quick. Yeah, this was like last year's. when she did this, but there was something in Southern California that she did, and there was a button. It was like they're all were dressed as maid bunnies. I don't remember what it was called. I know I shared it. You have so many. Why do you have so many pictures? It was. Where are you at? But yeah, I can't. I can't find it. I know I made a post about it, but yeah, it was interesting. I wanted to go, just like to support her and everything like that, but I didn't have the time to like fly out to LA for something like that. So it's like,
Totally, yeah.
don't have that kind of time. Eventually I do want to come out to LA, just mark it off as like a bucket list type of thing for me. But it is what it is, I suppose. It's pretty wild out there, I hear.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't live in LA for a good reason. It's crazy. Like I can like drive to LA if I want,
oh, yeah.
which is like how I like it. I can go into the city if I want, but I do not like living anywhere near the city.
Are you more of like a not country, but more of a suburban
Hmm.
type of person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But LA has its fun things. I mean, it's nice living near LA because a lot of times like big events will take place in LA. Like if an artist is touring, I don't really ever have to think like, "Oh man, I hope they stop in LA." Um because they always stop in LA.
It's true.
So,
Uh, but yeah, let me see. Guess we can do this one last photo here. And then go here. And then yeah, so this is you and who's your friend?
that's my friend Lucky. That's actually the friend that I started cosplaying with when I was 12. That's the
Is the
friend that
real
took me
name
to my
Lucky?
yes. Um,
That is
and
cool.
so it is really cool. But that's the friend that took me to my first convention. Um, and yeah, that's one of my longest best friends. They were my only friend throughout a lot of middle school.
Oh,
So it's cool that like we still go to get to do this to this day. And doing this photo shoot was really fun. And like we were talking about it, how like we really don't have a whole lot of photos together, even though we've been friends for so long and like best friends for so long. It's actually their
yeah.
birthday today. Um,
Oh, look at
happy
that.
birthday, Lucky. But yeah, no, we loved doing a little duo cosplay and like getting these photos. And it was a very full circle moment for us as well, like getting these like professional photos taken of us, compared to like the start of us cosplaying, like cosplaying Adventure Time in this tiny little con and being like, I wonder if someone's gonna like our cosplay, um, to us getting a photo like this, um, like 12 years later. So
Yeah, there you go. That is cool. That is cool. Okay. All right. Guys, that is where we will end this week's episode of the Nerd Talk podcast. Thank you guys for your watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, obviously thank you. For those who are watching on YouTube, here, let me break it back up, but here is how you can follow and support. And then for those who are listening on Spotify, you want to let them know how they can follow you.
yeah, my Instagram is Madsdoescosplay. I also have a TikTok as well. My TikTok name is Maddie Longlegs.
Interesting. Are you tall?
I am. I'm 5'11".
Okay. All right. All right. So, guys, I'll also have that if you're watching on YouTube. I'll have that down in the description as well for you guys to go and click on, that kind of stuff. But yeah, other than that, guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for just chilling with us for a little bit. This was fun. Definitely will have Mads back on at some point in the future for sure. But guys, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure you comment below. If you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, obviously, follow there. You can also find me on the gaming channel, Twitch Kick. And that's pretty much everything. So guys, thank you once again for hanging out, and we will see you all in the next video. Y'all have a great one.